Pat O'Rourke back with you. Apologize for the technical difficulties as we have a score in favor of Archbishop Mitty, 3-2. We are in the opening game. Archbishop Mitty taking on St. Francis. Serving for St. Francis is Christine Alfton. And her serve is over to the back row to Dana Bazzini. Set goes to the near side. On the attack is Katie Conroy, dug out in the back row by the Lancers. The Lancers will dink it over. That was Alexandra Espinoza. Back to Conroy near side, handled by Alia Casino, the libero. Here's Alfton from the back row, dug out in the back, goes right back to St. Francis side. Formico, the outstanding Lancer setter, sends it over to the far side, and Veronica Komosarek on the attack. And it is 3-3 to score. Serving again is Christine Alfton. At the middle, the attack is dug out from Allie Wheeler. Here's Komosarek again, a dink over the block. Dug out in the dive by Bazzini. Komosarek tries to send it back, but she's blocked by Wheeler. Wheeler again, over to Casino. Formico keeps it alive. Nice job there. Espinoza hits it over. Near side, here's a slide in the back row. Well placed by Claire Powers, who already has her third kill, and Mitty has a 4-3 advantage. Heather Lowell checks in. The 5'11 junior enters for Bazzini. Back to serve, it's Allie Wheeler. 4-3 in favor of Mitty. We are in the opening game. In the back row, it goes to Casino. Bumped up by Formico. Here's Komosarek, hard attack. Dug out, though, by Allie Wheeler. At the middle, the dink by Powers. Dug out in the dive by Casino. Near side, it's Espinoza, hitting it way too wide, giving Mitty the point, and the Monarchs are up by 2. Leahi Hall, the head coach of St. Francis, up off her seat for a moment as the serve is over by Allie Wheeler. At the middle, the attack is blocked. Excellent block by Powers up front as Emily Rose could not hit it through. 6-3, Monarchs in front, doubling up the Lancers here in the early going. We're in the opening game on this senior night at Archbishop Mitty. Here's Espinoza on the near side, through the touch and good. The first kill of the match for Alexandra Espinoza. Rose is out of the match. In her place, Stephanie Kellogg. Alia Casino goes back to serve, with her team down a couple in the opening game. Not a good pass by Conroy. It is kept alive for Conroy behind that 3-meter line. She sends it in, and well placed in front of that back line. First kill of many tonight for Katie Conroy, the 5'11 senior, one of those seniors honored before tonight's match. Claire Powers is the server for Mitty. Sends it over to Komosarek. Set goes in the middle. The attack there is through the touch by Stephanie Kellogg. On the far side, it's Alex Caldwell hitting it through the block. First kill of the night for the Penn-bound senior. Caldwell playing next year in the Ivy League. Powers with her team up 8-4. Near side, it's Espinoza through the touch. Kept alive in the back by the libero Anne-Marie Schmidt. Here's the attack in the middle. Dug out, kept alive St. Francis. The dink by Komosarek is good. Komosarek, a 5'8 senior, on the attack, her second kill. And it earns St. Francis the side out. Espinoza serve. Alexandra Espinoza goes to Schmidt. Running down that pass is Allie Wheeler. On the near side, it's Conroy through the touch. St. Francis makes a substitution. Haley Rowe, the 5'9 junior, is going to check into the match for Espinoza. She'll be looking to make a pass in the back as the service with Conroy goes to Casino. Formico sets it up on the near side. The attack by Kellogg is dug out by Wheeler in the back, then sending it over as Powers. Here's Komosarek once again. She hits it way too long, but Mitty was in the net. Mitty was in the net. That will give St. Francis the point. As the Monarchs are up 3, Christine Alfton is going to check in. She'll check in for Cassie West. The serve from Komosarek. Komosarek takes her time. Good serve, not a good pass. It goes right back to the Lancers. Formico. Dink by Alfton, the sophomore. Easily played by Wheeler and the Monarchs. Here's Caldwell getting blocked, sends it over and sent right back. Doing the setting for Mitty is Heather Lowell. The dink is dug out by Casino. On the near side, the attack barely dug out, goes right back to the Lancer side. Here is Alfton one more time over the block. Anne-Marie Schmidt, the libero, down to get it. Here's Caldwell getting blocked. Formico combining with Kellogg on that block, and I think that was more Stephanie Kellogg, the 6-foot junior. Some emotion from the Lancers as they pull within a couple. Again, it's Komisarek on the serve. Diving to get it is Claire Powers, and then 2 hits to call on that set by Wheeler. Give the Lancers another point, and they're within 1. Komisarek, outstanding senior, sends it over to Power. Here's a set the middle. The attack there is blocked. Excellent block again by Stephanie Kellogg. Unable to register the attack there was Katarina Miloslavovich, who will be attending Cal Berkeley next fall. Here's Schmidt. Not a good pass. Sent right back to the Lancers, to Alfton. She'll get it back from Formico. Her attack dug out by Powers. Has to be ran down back there by Wheeler, and then Caldwell's no chance to send it over as she hits it over on the wrong side of the antenna. That's another point for the Lancers, and look at that, 10-9. St. Francis is in front. 4 unanswered points for St. Francis. Komisarek goes to Powers. There's the good pass the Mid-Monarchs were looking for. Caldwell through the touch, and St. Francis was in the net. Caldwell with her second kill. Dana Bazzini is back into the match. Bazzini will be attending Northwestern in the fall. So a lot of players going to play Division I next fall as Bazzini serves. Set goes to the far side to Alfton, and Christine Alfton attacks it through the block. Into the match for the Lancers is Kelly Wimmer. She checks in as Kellogg goes out. St. Francis in the lead after that side out. We're in the opening game. Wimmer to Powers. Not a real good pass sent over by the setter Wheeler. Played in the back by Rowe. The attack by Alfton is blocked. Not sure that was Miloslavovich or Caldwell who got a piece of that block, but it worked for a Monarch point, and we are tied at 11. Caldwell will serve. It goes to Komisarek. Bumped up, far side, Alfton. Alfton is blocked. Kept alive for Alfton again. A dink, easily played by Powers. At the middle, Miloslavovich is blocked. Emily Rose on the stuff for St. Francis. Espinoza in as Haley Rowe goes out. Lancers back in front by a point as the teams trade side outs. Here's Wheeler on the near side from Caldwell. Dug out and unable to keep it alive are the Lancers. Wheeler on the attack, ties us up at 12. For Mitty, Katie Conroy is back in, and Anne-Marie Schmidt will serve. Set by Formico. At the middle, it's Alfton. Through the block, and good. Christine Alfton. Alfton, just a sophomore. The serve by Alfton. It goes to Conroy. Setting back to Conroy, near side. Dug out by Alfton. Formico goes to the far side of Komisarek, and it is barely kept alive. A slide over by Conroy. Back to the Lancers. Quick slide over by Formico is perfectly placed. Taylor Formico, an outstanding talent. She was first team all CCS last year when the Lancers won a state title in her junior season. She puts her team up by a couple. A bad pass and make it a 3-point lead for St. Francis. Alfton will serve again. Send it over to Bazzini. Set goes near side on the attack through the block. Katie Conroy. Back in for St. Francis, Cassie West. She'll check into the match for Alfton.
Number 4, Catherine West back in.
For Mitty,
14, Heather Lowell.
Heather Lowell checks into the match. Serving will be Wheeler. Try to serve it short to Casino. On the near side, hard attack by Espinoza. No chance for Wheeler in the back. St. Francis up a couple. Stephanie Kellogg back in. As Espinoza goes out. Or not Espinoza, but Kelly Wimmer. The serve by Casino, trying to serve it short. Going on the knees to play it is Conroy, but her pass goes right back to the Lancer side. So here's Komosarek sending it over, and Komosarek has her third kill. St. Francis starting to gain control. They were down 9-6. So obviously they've scored 11 of the last 15 points in this set. And they have a 4-point advantage. Casino to Schmidt. Good pass, Caldwell. On the far side, the attack by Powers, dug out by Formico. Standing Espinoza sends it to Conroy. Here is Conroy. Actually, it was Caldwell who got that initial dig. Now it's Komosarek for St. Francis in front of the back line. And St. Francis continues to pad to their total. A timeout by the Mitty bench and by head coach Brett Almazan Cesar, as Mitty is down by 5 in the opening set on this senior night to the defending Division II state champion St. Francis Lancers, who have looked very good despite losing one of their better players, Taylor Deaton, torn ACL injury in the most recent match against Presentation. And the first match the Lancers have played since, that was last Thursday. They have had some practice time to deal with the loss of Deaton. And they've looked very good here, even though they were a little sluggish at the start, trailed 9-6, now up 18-13. And they're using some extra time in their huddle here as Mitty is already on the court, ready to go. Two outstanding programs. At least one of these teams has won a CCS title.
First time out of set one. The Casino's on serve 18-13.
For each of the last 21 seasons. The serve by Casino goes to the other libero, Schmidt. At the middle, hard attack, good. From Heather Lowell. First kill of the night for Lowell. And Mitty gets the much-needed side out as Wheeler goes out. Back into the match for the first time is Crawford for Mitty. Server in the back finds Cassie West. Tack could not be dug out cleanly by Mitty. Good attack by Stephanie Kellogg. And St. Francis in front by 5 again at 19-14. Espinoza finds Conroy. Conroy gets it back, hits it through the block and good. I think it hit the top of the net and fell on the St. Francis floor. No chance there when it rolls on top of the net and takes an awkward turn as Haley Rowe checks in for Espinoza. Conroy, who has 4 kills to lead the Mitty team, will serve. Mitty needing a service run to win this opening game, and they might get it. Bad pass by St. Francis goes to the Mitty side, though. At the middle, the attack by Milosavljevic, handled by the Lancers. Here's Komosarek off balance, just dinking it over to Caldwell. Caldwell wants it back from Crawford, hits it through the touch. Dug out in the back row by Cassie West, over to the Monarchs. Claire Powers, dug out again by West. Bumped up Komosarek at that 3-meter line, through the touch, and good. Komosarek's got a match-high 5 kills, and that's the difference right now as St. Francis has a 5-point lead. Christine Alfton is into the match for Cassie West. The serve by Komosarek. Here is Caldwell. Little dink sent right back over by Formico. Wow, great play shot by Taylor Formico. The veteran, so smart when she has an opportunity to catch the opponent off guard. Half-dozen-point lead for the Lancers. It goes to Powers. Here is Caldwell. Blocked. Kept alive. Caldwell again. Dink. Played by Haley Rowe. Christine Alfton. Dink. And that is down. The Monarchs were hoping for a pancake save from Crawford, but they didn't get it there. And a timeout again by the Mitty bench as St. Francis has taken control. They were up by 4 at the last time out, and they have increased that lead to 7 at 22-15. Pat O'Rourke with you here on BayPreps.com. Reminder to check out the website as we interview coaches throughout the Bay Area, not just volleyball, but also, of course, football. And we try to cover all our bases of all the fall sports. We talk tennis. In fact, we talked to Mitty head coach Jason Scalisi earlier this week. Mitty's such an outstanding tennis team over the years, winning title after title, and they clinched another WCAL title this week. But also women's golf, cross country, and boys and women's water polo, all on BayPreps.com. Komisarek will serve, with the Lancers up 7 in this opening game. Send it over to Schmidt. Set goes in the middle. The attack there by Miloslavovich is handled. Here's Alfton through the touch. Kept alive by Anne-Marie Schmidt. Monarchs really have to struggle in the second hit. Goes into the stands. No chance to send it over. And St. Francis has a very comfortable lead. Right now, not too much drama in this opening set. Mitty had a 9-6 lead. All Lancers since. There's the first service error of the night for St. Francis.
Number 1, Danny Bazzini back in.
Danny Bazzini is into the match. She'll go back to serve.
And she's on serve.
Jim goes quiet as Bazzini sends it over with the left hand, but sends it too long.
Service error, point Lancers.
Second service error for Mitty, and now it is game point for St. Francis. And checking in to serve for this game point is Kelly Wimmer. Wimmer, a 5'9" junior. Goes to Powers. Caldwell to run that down. Off balance, unable to send it over is Natasha Kosovitz. And the opening game goes to St. Francis. 25-16, an impressive job in the opening game on the road by the Lancers. We'll take a break on the audio side. You're watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com.
3 opening round games in the West Catholic volleyball playoffs next Tuesday. I'll be right here at 7 o'clock. Opponent still to be determined, but it will be the Monarchs hosting one of the 3 opening round games here Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Get out your iPhone or BlackBerry, click on your schedule app, and put that in. Tuesday, 7 o'clock, West Catholic playoffs here at Archbishop Mitty.
Pat O'Rourke with you at Archbishop Mitty High School in San Jose. 2 programs that have dominated high school volleyball for several seasons for the past 21 years. One of these schools has won at least one CCS championship. There's been some years where both these schools have won. In fact, The most recent time was 2003 when Mitty took the Division II championship and St. Francis took the Division III title. It also happened in 2001 and 2000. Mitty had won 7 consecutive championships, including they were the #1 team in the country 2 years ago in 2009 when they were the CCS and the CIF state champions. St. Francis last year was a team that took that title as the CCS and CIF state champions in Division II. We're ready for the second game after St. Francis took the opening game 25-16. And for Mitty, they're going to be the team in the court to their left, the team in white. They have Katarina Miloslavovich, Claire Powers, Alex Caldwell, Natasha Kosovitz, Dana Bazzini, and Katie Conroy on the floor. As for the Lancers, Stephanie Kellogg, Veronica Kalmasaric, Taylor Formico in the back. Up front, Alexandra Espinoza, Emily Rose, and Christine Alfton. These teams meeting for the second time this year. They've played 4 games, and St. Francis won all 4 games in those 2 matches, the one tonight and the 3 when these teams met on this same floor at the Archbishop Mitty Invitational back on the 17th of September. The libero for Mitty, Anne-Marie Schmidt, checks in for Conroy. The libero for St. Francis is Alia Casino, and she will check into the match as she comes in for Kellogg.
Lancers lead our best of 5-set match, 1-9.
Taylor Formico will serve. The first team all CCS setter from a year ago from that state championship team. And we'll get underway with the second game very shortly. Again, St. Francis took the opening game 25-16. This one goes to Powers. The attack on the far side is in the net from Natasha Kosovitz. And it will give Formico another opportunity to serve here as the Lancers go up 1-0. Powers, good pass, Caldwell on the right side. Kosovitz nails it through. Actually, I said Kosovitz. It's Katarina Miloslavovich who ties this up at 1. The first kill tonight for the Cal-bound senior, Miloslavovich. Caldwell, good serve, barely passed by Casino. Standing, Komosaric sends it over to Schmidt. At the middle, the attack is too long for Miloslavovich this time. St. Francis on the attacking air gets the side out, and they're up by 1. Christine Alfton will serve. Alfton sends it over in the back. Not a good pass by Kosovitz, but sent over in a free ball by Kosovitz. So here is Espinoza trying to dink it over. She's blocked. Kosovitz gets it back to Caldwell. Here is Powers sending it down the line, and good for Claire Powers, 4th kill. Into the match for Mitty is Katie Conroy. Serving is Schmidt. 2-2 our score in the second game. Komosaric to Formico. At the middle, the attack through the touch. Near side, hit through by Miloslavovich. Bumped up. The attack by Espinoza is good. Alexandra Espinoza's got 3 kills. Stephanie Kellogg checks in.
Casino serve.
She enters the match for Emily Rose. Casino serves it. The Lancers up a point. Goes to Bazzini. At the middle, the attack by Powers. Formico keeps alive. A bump set back there for Komosaric, who's blocked. Battle for the net, and unable to send it over is Komosaric as she was led towards the antenna. Didn't have much of a chance to get that over without hitting that antenna. She ended up hitting it into the net. Heather Lowell is in. Allie Wheeler also checks in. Wheeler will serve. We're in the second game after the Lancers took that opening game 25-16. Far side, Espinoza is blocked, and the block stays in bounds for Archbishop Mitty. Great job by Katie Conroy. Powers might have got a piece of that as well. That puts Mitty in front by a point. Wheeler. Good pass by Cassie West. The attack by Komosaric goes way too long.
Shot goes long. Point Archbishop Mitty.
Wheeler, a 5'9" junior. The Monarchs have scored 4 points with her at the service line. Serve. Not a good pass by Cassie West. Komosarek handled by Schmidt. Far side, the attack through the block and good. Nicely done by Katie Conroy, who's up to a Mitty high 5 kills. So here are the Monarchs with 4 unanswered points. Serve goes to West. Bumped up back there on the far side. Hit through the touch by Espinoza. Conroy. Dug out on the knees by West. Slide over by Komosarek. Caldwell had the dive to get it. Bumped up Conroy. Free balled over Schmidt. Lancers in control. Quick slide over. Formico catching the Monarchs off guard again as Caldwell's dig went out of bounds on the other side. Formico has done that 3 times, and all 3 times it has worked for the Lancers. Espinoza, not a good pass by Conroy, kept alive Schmidt. Conroy is blocked. Excellent block up front by Stephanie Kellogg. Kellogg already a part of 3 blocks for St. Francis. Espinoza sends it into the net. Service errors, the second of the match. Each team with 2 service errors. Into the match for St. Francis is Haley Rowe. The serve by Powers. Bumped up. Here's Komosarek off the top of the net where it's dug out in the knees by Schmidt. The attack is blocked. Taking it right in the face there was Lowe on a great block by Stephanie Kellogg. Kellogg with many stuffs tonight as Christine Alfton checks in for Cassie West. Serving for St. Francis is Komosarek with the Lancers within a point. Set goes to the far side on the attack. Block. Conroy is blocked. Monarchs get it back. Slide over. Sent back. And a great slide by Taylor Formico as she places the shot perfectly once again. Komosarek will serve. With the score tied at 7 as the Lancers have scored 4 points in a row. On the near side, the attack dug out on the lethal attack by Lowe. It bounces up on the basketball hoop for a while. It is still a live ball, and it comes back down and sent over on a free ball by Alfton. Far side, it's Conroy through the touch. Komosarek there to dig. The dink is over and somehow sent over on 3 hits by Mitty. Lancers have it again. It's Alfton. She is blocked. Diving dig Casino. Battle for the net goes to the Monarchs. Right back to St. Francis. Sent right back by the Lancers. On the near side, it's Caldwell through the touch in the back row. Great rally right now. At the middle, it is Kellogg. Diving dig by Schmidt in the back. And then 2 hits the call. A miscommunication there as Wheeler and Powers were both trying to do the set. And that's how the Lancers win the lawn volley. And St. Francis is up by 1.
Number 12, Kelsey Crawford returns to the Monarch line.
Komosarek with a nice service run here. 5 unanswered points for the Lancers, who are already up 1 game to none. 25-16, they took the opening game. Goes to Conroy, good pass to Crawford. Here is Caldwell, and she sends it too wide. Wanted a touch, but she's not going to get it. And the run continues for St. Francis. Komosarek again will serve. Conroy, not a good pass. Ran down on the near side. The attack by Powers. And then a lethal attack. It's sent right back on the dig from Kellogg. So here's Alfton getting her opportunity, and Christine Alfton has her 4th kill for the 6-foot sophomore. Brett Almazan Cesar not using a timeout right now. The Lancers have scored 7 in a row. They're up 3. Off the top of that, nearly an ace, but it's dug out up front by Heather Wall. Here's a hard attack by Caldwell. The dig goes up in the rafters again. Comes back down. Formico sends it over. Crawford let in the net, but somehow sent over, but then we're going to get a lift call. Crawford could not get that set up. And it's another point for St. Francis. 10 points with Komosarek at the service line in this match. 11-7 to score in favor of the defending state champions, but a serve goes way too long
Service error, point five.
The third service error of the match for St. Francis.
Katie Conroy serve.
Katarina Miloslavovich is in as Schmidt goes out. Conroy will serve for Mitty. Monarchs having trouble to establish a good rhythm in this match. Here's Alfton on the near side, setting it through. Christine Alfton is heating up into the match. Kelly Wimmer as Kellogg goes out. Kellogg's done a great job on the block for the Lancers. Wimmer will serve. The junior serve goes too long. So consecutive service errors for St. Francis. Dana Bazzini is in. Also in is Natasha Kosovitz. They check in for Crawford and Lowell. And Bazzini will serve. Bazzini, the left-hander, sends it to Komosaric. Formico at the middle, hitting it through the block is Emily Rose, and that will work for another Lancer side out. First kill tonight for the 6'2 junior. Alexandra Espinoza in for Rowe. Formico serves with the Lancers up 4. Remember, the Lancers won that opening game. She tries to serve it short, but she sends it into the net. And that's 3 straight service errors for St. Francis, as Mitty is allowed to hang around. Serving now, Alex Caldwell. Sends it in the back, not a good pass by Casino, and it is going to be an ace for Caldwell and the Monarchs. Mitty is within 2. Caldwell will serve again. Good pass made by Komosaric. A dink by Alfton. Kept alive by St. Francis. Here's Komosaric sending it over. Great shot. Caldwell had to go down and get it. And then a 2 hits call on the set from Claire Powers. And St. Francis is up 3 at 14-11. Mitty got off to pretty good starts in each of the first 2 games, but it's been St. Francis after those brief good starts able to take control. Here's a hit that goes too long from Miloslavovich. And Christine Alfton will serve again. The Lancers increase their lead. Good serve to Schmidt. Far side. The attack by Kosovitz is good, as the Lancers could not make the effective dig on the 6-foot freshman's hit. Back in Katie Conroy for Archbishop Mitty. The Monarchs hanging around within 3, but they need to make a run at some point if they're going to even this up at 1 game apiece. Far side, the attack by Espinoza, dug out by Schmidt. Slide over by Conroy, easily played Komosaric. Espinoza, dink is blocked. She keeps it alive with 1 hand. Formico standing, sends it into the back row to Schmidt. Caldwell at the middle for Powers, off balance, and they're going to say that one hit the ground, and Powers gets her 5th kill. And Mitty's within 2. Schmidt will serve. Goes to Casino. At the middle, the attack through the touch by Emily Rose. Kept alive, though, for the Monarchs. Conroy hits it through the touch to Casino. Komosaric is blocked. Great job on the block by Kosovitz and Powers. Mitty is within 1. Is this the run that they are looking for? Schmidt on the serve to Casino. Formico at the middle, blocked again. They actually call it 4 hits. They'll say the hit by Emily Rose never made it over, and we are tied. 15-15. After St. Francis won the opening game 25-16. This serve is going to go in, just in front of the back line. Lancers thought that was going to go long. I did too. But it somehow stayed in. And Mitty is in front by a point. Schmidt again. Line drives it this time, where it's passed up by West. Komosaric through the touch. Diving to get it, Bazzini in the back. Kept alive for Caldwell. Alex Caldwell slide in the back row where she will find Cassie West. Here's Espinoza, and Espinoza is blocked. Katie Conroy, that is her second block. Here's the run we were looking for from Archbishop Mitty. They have taken a 2-point lead with Anne-Marie Schmidt serving, and that leads to a timeout by the St. Francis bench as the Monarchs are up by 2 in this second game, 17-15. Again, check out baypreps.com. We have plenty of interviews with coaches throughout the course of the week. We'll be putting up our football previews tomorrow night as we do previews for all 10 leagues we cover in the Bay Area, where we talk to football coaches throughout the area, put those audio interviews up on the site, and we also break down the upcoming weekend's games as we enter week 9 of the football season. Of course, we also talk to volleyball coaches, tennis, golf, cross country, water polo, all the fall sports we're covering right now on baypreps.com. And of course, when we get into the winter, we'll be paying attention to basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Serving is Anne-Marie Schmidt with the Monarchs in front by 2. Once trailed by as many as 4 in this second game. Trying to pull even at 1 game apiece. Schmidt goes the other libero, Casino. Espinoza pushes it through the block, kept alive for Conroy. Conroy, hard attack, dug out in the dive by Casino. Bumped up near side, Komosarek, just a dink. Diving to get it, Conroy. At the middle, Powers through the touch. Lancers play it to Espinoza on the far side, and her hit is a good one to earn that St. Francis side out. Into the match for St. Francis is Stephanie Kellogg. Casino will serve. Sends it over Bazzini, not a good pass, but it is kept alive. Conroy the dink. Formico had to go down to get it. That means Casino does a bump set for Komosarek to Bazzini. Caldwell at the middle finds Powers. Dug out in the back by Wes. Here's the attack from Stephanie Kellogg. That is good. But wait a second. They're going to say point Monarchs. I believe they're going to say that one was out. First looked like it was ruled in.
12, Kelsey Crawford back in.
Kelsey Crawford is in for Mitty with the Monarchs up 2. That last point could have meant a tie game, but instead Mitty has a 2-point advantage. Not a good pass by Casino. Formico keeps it alive, then sent over on a free ball off the top of the net. Sent right back by Espinoza. Schmidt the good dig. Conroy the attack. Mitty is up by 3. 6 kills for Conroy as Heather Lowell checks back in for Bazzini. A lot more smiles on the Monarch faces as they have found a good rhythm here in the second game. Serve goes to Casino. Formico has to bump set it. The attack on the far side by Chloe Lott is blocked, kept alive. The dink by Komosarek, diving against Schmidt. Here is Conroy through the touch, kept alive on the dive. Now it is again on the attack, Chloe Lott. Set to the middle, Powers. Near side is Komosarek sending it too long. Mitty once down 4, up 4 in this second game, 20-16. And we've got another timeout called by the Lancer bench with Archbishop Mitty up by 4, 20-16. As you get a look in at the St. Francis huddle and their head coach, Liahi Hall Leon, who has done such an outstanding job at the helm of this Lancer program, coming off that state championship year. And a team that comes into tonight with a 23-4 record. Mitty 21-7. St. Francis 4-1 in league. Mitty 3-2 in conference. Both these teams have lost a presentation in their league matches. The other league loss for Mitty was to St. Ignatius. This is the final league match of the year for these teams. There are other WCAL matches going on. Serving is Crawford with Mitty up by 4. Casino, not a real good pass, bumped up by Formico. Here's Chloe Lott. Dig goes right back to St. Francis. They give it to the Lancers once again. Conroy tries to push it in the back, and she does. Mitty continues to build that lead. It's 21-16. Crawford to Casino. Quick slide over by Formico. This time, Caldwell dives to get it. Here's Crawford to Formico. Bumped up. Free balled over by Lott. Easy play for the Monarchs. At the middle, Powers. Handled in the back on the knees by Cassie West. Here's Chloe Lott sending it too wide. And that lead just keeps going up for Archbishop Mitty. 4 unanswered points for the Monarchs, who are up a half dozen. Casino down to get that pass. Chloe Lott blocked. Powers and Conroy once again combining on the block. Powers been a part of 4 blocks tonight. Conroy's been a part of 3. Into the match for St. Francis is Cassie West. She'll play in the back on the Crawford serve. Formico bumps it up on the near side. The attack is dug out from Sydney Belcher. A dink over by Conroy. Belcher runs it down. Chloe Lott dinks it into the back row. Belcher, by the way, in the match for the first time for St. Francis. Powers is blocked. Kept alive by Lowell. Again, Lowell sends it over, but she is blocked. Now it's Conroy. Off balance, finds Casino. Belcher through the top of the net, and good. Sydney Belcher makes an impact as soon as she's inserted in the match. And she earned St. Francis a side out. But the Lancers are going to need a big run in this second game if they're going to win this second game after St. Francis already took the first. Schmidt, Caldwell, Powers on the attack, and St. Francis was in the net. Game point, Archbishop Mitty, 24-17. Checking into the match is Alyssa Jones. For the first time tonight, she'll be serving to clinch this second game. Jim goes quiet. She sends it over to Belcher. Formico sets it up to Kellogg. Kellogg's hit is sent too wide. And Mitty bounces back in game 2. They win 25-17. Tied at 1 game apiece. You are watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com. Pat O'Rourke with you at Archbishop Mitty High School in San Jose. Great night for an outstanding volleyball match between two rivals. Archbishop Mitty and St. Francis tied at 1 game apiece. St. Francis took the opening game 25-16. Mitty won the second 25-17. Mitty now the court to your right. Dana Bazzini is going to serve to start this one off. She's on the floor with Anne-Marie Schmidt, as well as Claire Powers. Up front, you got Alex Caldwell, Katerina Miloslavovich, and Natasha Kosovitz. The serve by the left-handed Bazzini goes to Veronica Komosaric. Set over far side. Christine Upton sends it too long. But no, they're going to say that was off a touch. So give St. Francis the point, and Taylor Formico will serve. We are underway in game 3. Set goes to the far side, a little dink that is over and good by Katerina Miloslavovich. And we're going to get a substitution here as Miloslavovich is going to go out.
Number 10, Julia Graham.
Julia Graham is in for the first time for Mitty, with the score tied at 1. Very important third game. Obviously, the winner here goes up 2 games to 1. A serve by Alex Caldwell. Casino makes the pass, a set to the middle, a dink by Alfton is through and good. Nicely plays Christine Alfton. Such an outstanding talent as a sophomore. Graham in briefly goes out and now back in her place is Katerina Miloslavovich. Alfton will serve here if the Lancers up 1. Alfton sends it over to Schmidt. Not a good pass. Bazzini does a setting, and the attack goes into the net from Natasha Kosovitz. And St. Francis has a 3-1 advantage. Alfton will again serve. Alfton, excellent serve, diving to get it, Schmidt. Near side on the attack, Kosovitz. Here's Chloe Watt sending it through. Great attack for Watt's first kill tonight. Watt, the daughter of Hall of Famer Ronnie Watt. Her first kill of the evening. Did not really play at all in that first game. The serve by Christine Alfton once again. It goes to Kosovitz. She gets it back near side. Not a good pass by her, dig by Casino, but it is kept alive. Sent over on a free ball. Mitty in control. Near side. The attack once again by Kosovitz. Dug out Lancers. Free balled over again. Bazzini. Caldwell. Powers on the far side. Formico the dig. Watt dinks it over. Bazzini on the knees to get it. Near side, Miloslavovich. Kosovitz is blocked. Kosovitz again. Sends it in. Second kill for the freshman, Kosovitz. Cassie West is in for Alfton. Julia Graham is in. She's going to serve here with Mitty down a couple of points. Katie Conroy checks in for the Monarchs. Graham serve. Formico finds Komosaric through the touch. Veronica Komosaric up to 7 kills for the 5'8 senior. Stephanie Kellogg is back in as Emily Rose goes out. Casino serves. Lancers up 3. Trying to go up 2 games to 1. It goes to Bazzini. Caldwell on the near side finds Conroy. Komosaric there to get it through a touch. Chloe Watt dug out through that touch by Kosovitz. Sent over by Conroy. Bumped up Casino. Here's Chloe Watt, the dink. And 2 hits the call on Claire Powers. Mitty fans upset, thinking that one went through the block, and Brett Almazan Cesar upset as well. Does not like the call because it did look like she was blocking that and then was able to hit it after it went through that block. And the call goes against the Monarchs, and Alia Casino will serve again. Conroy. Set made to the middle. No one was there. Caldwell and Claire Powers not on the same page. And it's the Lancers who are off to the big start in the third game. Casino, the 5'7" senior libero. Bazzini, near side Conroy, through the touch, kept alive, but sending it on the out of bounds, and the other side was Komosarek. Heather Lowell back in along with Kelsey Crawford. Crawford will serve here. 7-3 Monarchs down 4 in this third game after Mitty took that second game. Here's the attack dug out by Schmidt. Caldwell, again, not a good set off balance. Conroy hits it over. Chloe Lott, hard attack, good. Chloe Lott's up to a couple kills. And St. Francis is up 5 again. Chloe Lott will serve. Lott, good serve on the knees, played by Conroy. She gets it back from Lowell. Just a slide over, easy play Casino. Quick tap over by Formico, and Mitty was not ready for it. That goes as 5 kills on the night for Formico. Timeout by the Monarch bench. Mitty is down a half dozen in this third game, and Coach Almazan Cesar calls a timeout. We'll take a brief break on the audio side. You're watching high school volleyball on BayPreps.com.
Following the first Monarch timeout of set 3. Chloe Lott's on serve for St. Francis.
Pat O'Rourke with you here on BayPreps.com from Archbishop Mitty High School. 9-3, the Monarchs are trailing St. Francis in the third game. We're tied at 1 game apiece, and a block up front by the Lancers, Stephanie Kellogg. She has been very good on the block tonight, as the Lancers make up for the loss of Taylor Deaton, who tore her ACL against Presentation last Thursday. Here's Katie Conroy sending it over. Nice dig, diving by Casino in the back. Komosarek, though, sends it too long. So the Monarchs get the much-needed side out. They're going to need a run in this third game, as Chloe Lott goes out and Haley Rowe checks in. Claire Powers, 6'2" sophomore, will serve. Set goes on the near side to Kellogg, and Kellogg well placed in front of a diving Powers. Kellogg just playing a very good match. Christine Alfton's going to check in for Cassie West. And St. Francis has a 7-point advantage again. It's 11-4. Komosarek to Schmidt. Good pass, Crawford. Here's Caldwell, blocked. Monarchs run it down. Powers standing, sends it over to Komosarek. Here is Alfton, good. Christine Alfton leaps in the air after registering her 7th kill. An 8-point advantage for the Lancers. Komosarek has had a couple good service runs tonight. Goes to Schmidt. Crawford, near side, Conroy, good in front of the back line.
That shot is in for Katie Conroy.
Conroy, a match-high 8 kills. Into the match for Mitty is Katarina Miloslavovich. Going back to serve is Conroy. To Alfton. Bumped up, back to Alfton. Not a good bump set. It's sent back by Mitty, and Alfton cannot keep it alive. She goes diving towards the stands. She's all right, fortunately. And it's another Mitty point. The Monarchs are within 6. Mitty's going to need a run. They got the run they needed in the second game. They were down by 4, but here they've been down by as many as 7, and that is an ace for Katie Conroy. Anytime you can hit that top of the net and then have it go over on the other side, that is problems for the opposition. Mitty's within 5. Conroy to Casino. Formico, quick slide over. Diving to get it is Crawford. Slide back by Conroy. Off balance, Kellogg. It goes up in the rafters. Comes back down after it hits a pennant. Mitty plays it, sends it over. That is a live ball anytime it goes up there. Here's the attack by Kellogg. Blocked. Bumps up, digs it over, goes to the Mitty side. Powers from the back row. She will find Haley Rowe. Here's Alfton. Dink. Diving to get it. Crawford. Caldwell at the middle is good. Mitty wins the long rally. Just the third kill of the night for Caldwell, who has to do a little bit of everything, is often the setter for this Monarch team. She'll be going to Pennsylvania next fall, and we saw why there. Casino on the near side. The dink by Kellogg, kept alive by Conroy. Caldwell off balance, hits it over. Quick tap over by Formico, is sent wide. So the Monarchs may be in that run they needed. They're within 3, and a timeout by the Lancer bench. And head coach Liahi Hall-Leon, as the Lancers lead has been trimmed from 7 down to 3 in this third game. St. Francis won the opening game 25-16. Mitty took the second game 25-17. Both these teams playing their final WCAL match of the year. The Lancers come in 4-1 in league, 23-4 on the season. Mitty 21-7, and they are 3-2 in conference play in this very tough WCAL, where there is not an easy match. I mean, all you got to do is look at a team like Valley Christian that has had trouble coming up with a win in conference, and a team that really played outstanding volleyball in the non-conference. You put Valley Christian in a lot of other leagues, and they would be league champions. So it's 12-9, St. Francis in front in the third game, tied at 1 game apiece. And serving is Katie Conroy. It's been a pretty good service run up to this point. Here she goes to Casino. She leads Formico into the net, and Formico can't get the setup. She gets called for 2 hits. When teams struggle, it always seems to be in that serve-receive, and right now St. Francis struggling in the serve-receive. And Mitty's within 2. Conroy again to Casino. Far side, it is Alfton. Through the touch, and good. Christine Alfton. Alyssa Epicachea is going to check into the match. She will go back to serve. So Epicachea, she'll be going to UC Riverside next fall. Bumped up in that back row for Powers. Powers hits it through the block from the back row for her 7th kill. Dana Bazzini's back in. Also, Natasha Koskovitz. They're into the match for Crawford and Lowell. Mitty within 2 again. Here's Bazzini. Not a good pass by Casino. It is kept alive back there. Sent over on a free ball. Set goes to the middle. The attack by Koskovitz. Actually, Miloslavovich is dug out. And then sending it over is Christine Alfton. Change up by Alfton there. Gets the Lancers the point as Chloe Lott checks back in for Haley Rowe. 14-11. Lancers lead in the third game, trying to go up 2-1. Near side, blocked is Koskovitz. Chloe Lott in on the block, along with Emily Rose. 15-11 as Formico again serves. Quick tap over, the dump by Alex Caldwell earns Mitty the side out. Caldwell will now serve. Caldwell serves it short, played by the libero Casino. Christine Alfton sends it too wide. 2 unanswered points for the Monarchs, who are within 2. Caldwell again. Casino, Formico, far side finds Chloe Lott through the touch. Lott's got her 3rd kill, side out Lancers. St. Francis once up by 7 in this third game. Right now, nursing a 3-point advantage. Not a good pass back there by Miloslavovich. She gets it back. A dink through the touch is good. I said Miloslavovich, but that's Koskovic. Back in is Katie Conroy. As Miloslavovich goes out, Anne-Marie Schmidt will serve with the Monarchs within 2. Good pass made by West. The dink by Komosaric is blocked. Here is Lott. Schmidt, the great dig and pass. Conroy finds Casino at the middle. Emily Rose, good as the dig goes out of bounds. Lancers up 3 again. Apasashea comes in, and then she'll go out for Kellogg. Kellogg playing a really strong match up front. Lancers up 3. Bazzini, Caldwell. The dink by Conroy. Komosaric there to get it. Here is Chloe Lott changing up. The dink sent right back off of the dig by Stephanie Kellogg. And the Lancers are up 4. Casino, 18-14. Sent to the Bazzini. Set made at the middle. The attack is good by Claire Powers. Back in, Kelsey Crawford. Crawford will serve here. Mitty down by 3. It goes to Cassie West. Here's Chloe Lott through the touch. Kept alive Lowell. Now Conroy. One-handed dig by Formico. Komosaric dug out by Schmidt. And she went sprawling in the back. Now Conroy dug out by West. At the middle, the attack good by Stephanie Kellogg. Kellogg, 5 kills. She's been a part of 5 blocks, and it just seems each time they've been key points. Alexa Dreyer, the 6'4 freshman for Mitty, comes in for the first time. As Chloe Lott serves again. With the Lancers up 4, the attack is good by Dreyer as she makes her presence felt, just checking into the bench. How many teams can pull a 6'4 player like Dreyer off the bench when she hasn't played all night? Haley Rowe will check in for St. Francis. Lancers up by 3, trying to go up 2 games to 1. The dink by Kellogg, and Mitty cannot send it over. You talk about depth, how about St. Francis depth? Playing their first match without Taylor Deaton, who tore ACL, the Wake Forest-bound senior, out for the season, as Alfton checks in. And St. Francis playing very well without Deaton. The hit through the touch is good from the back row by Claire Powers. Back in is Katarina Miloslavovich. Conroy will serve here with Mitty down 3. They've been unable to get within that 3-point margin, but a bad pass sent back and good by Miloslavovich. As the block went out of bounds, it goes as a second kill for Miloslavovich. Mitty's within 2. Conroy again. Not a good pass. St. Francis struggles to keep it alive, but they can't send it over. And Mitty now within 1. Remember, they were once down 7. It was 10-3 in this third game. Conroy, not a good pass, Casino. Bumped up for Alfton on the far side, and good. Christine Alfton. Apasashea is in for Kellogg. Apasashea is going to serve here with Lancers up 2. Emily Rose also in, the 6'2 junior, to play in the front. Apasashea tries to bloop it over to Schmidt. Crawford sets it up for Caldwell, and Caldwell is golden. 5 kills for Caldwell. Bazzini and Koskovic are back in for Mitty. As Crawford and Dreyer go out. Bazzini will serve here with Mitty down a point. Bazzini Northwestern bound next fall. The left-hander sends it over to Casino. Formico, far side, finds Alfton. The dink over the block, dug out, sent right back by Mitty on 2 hits. Here's Alfton one more time. She tries another dink. Powers ready for it. Quick tap over by Caldwell. Lancers keep it alive. Komosarek sends in the back row. There is Schmidt. Far side, the hit never made it over from Miloslavovic. And the Lancers on the side out, back up by 2 as Lott checks in for Rowe. And a timeout on the floor called by Archbishop Mitty. Down by 2 in this second game. The winner again goes up 2-1. The Lancers took the opening game 25-16. Mitty took the second 25-17. Each team playing their final league match of the season. The 28th match of the year for St. Francis, the 29th match of the season for Archbishop Mitty. And it's been a pretty good match. Right now, the Lancers with the upper hand in this third game. These teams played earlier this year at the Mitty Invitational, and it was the Monarchs who won that game in 3 sets, or won that match in 3 sets, 25-18, 25-19, and 25-17. Taylor Deaton had 16 kills in that match. Coach Amazan Cesar spoke with us earlier today, talking about a key for his team is how they handle the ups and downs. And they were once down 7. They've done pretty well in this third game, being once down 7, but can they come back, complete this comeback, and win this third game? It goes to Powers. Good pass, Caldwell. Near side, the hit never made it over from Koskovitz. And now the Lancers in control, up 3, as Taylor Formico, one of the best setters you'll find. Good serve. Koskovitz dug out, up front by Alfton. Here's the hit by Komosarek that is in. Komosarek even surprised herself that was able to stay in. Quadruple game point for St. Francis. It's 24-20, but the serve goes into the net. 6 service errors for St. Francis. That's one statistical category they are not winning, as the Monarchs have just 2. But Archbishop Mitty needs at least 3 points in a row to stay alive in this third game. Caldwell serves it to Casino. Alfton on the near side is good. And that is how the third game is won. Christine Alfton's match-high 11th kill. 25-21. The Lancers go up 2-1. You're watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com. You're watching live volleyball action on BayPreps.com. St. Francis now up 2-1. They won the first game 25-16. Mitty took the second 25-17, but the Lancers bounced back in the third 25-21. Mitty going to be the team to court to your left. Alex Caldwell up front with Katerina Miloslavovich and Natasha Koskovitz. In the back, you got Dana Bazzini, Claire Powers, and Katie Conroy. Anne-Marie Schmidt is the libero, ready to check in. For St. Francis, Chloe Lott, Christine Alfton, and Emily Rose. In the back, Veronica Komosarek, along with Stephanie Kellogg and Taylor Formico, with their libero, Alia Casino, ready to check in. 2-1. Each of these teams trying to win this season finale. It is also senior night for the Monarchs, as Schmidt checks in for Conroy. For St. Francis, Casino comes in for Kellogg. So we're ready to go in the fourth game. Taylor Formico will serve. Obviously, Mitty needs to win the next two to win this match. Serve goes to Schmidt, bumped up by Caldwell. Here's Powers behind that 3-meter line, but that's going to go as a back row attack. Looks like her foot was past that line. That's a point for Formico and the Lancers, who take the early 1-0 advantage. Tries to serve it short to Powers. Caldwell. The dink over by Koskovitz. Lancers give it to Lott. Handled by Schmidt. Koskovitz again. Sends it too long. Not a good start to the fourth game for Archbishop Mitty. We'll try to bring you an interview with a player or two from the winning team following the conclusion of this match. Here's a hit over that is good. Well placed by Alex Caldwell, and her team gets the side out. And their first point of the fourth game. The serve by Caldwell. Casino. Now it's Lott. Lott is blocked, or actually Alfton is blocked. Excellent block over there by Koskovitz. And the Monarchs have pulled even. Caldwell again. Bumped up near side. Chloe Lott over the block and good. Side out St. Francis, they're back in front. Tomorrow night we've got another outstanding match, as we'll be in Pleasanton, Foothill against San Ramon Valley, as they battle for what could be for the EBAL title. Another outstanding volleyball action in a particular league, as the Monarchs manage to free ball it over to St. Francis. Here's the dink by Lott. It is good. No chance for Bazzini, who was sprinting back after saving that ball in the free ball. Sprinting back, she could not get to it in time. Well placed by Lott, who now has 5 kills. Alfton will serve. Lancers doubling up the Monarchs here in the fourth game. The attack is good for Koskovitz, as the block from St. Francis went out of bounds. Cassie West in for St. Francis. Katie Conroy is in for Archbishop Mitty. Schmidt serves it too long. Just the third service there of the night for the Monarchs. Casino serves for St. Francis. Lancers trying to win this one in 4. Casino serves it over to Schmidt. Set at the middle. The attack by Powers. Kept alive. Free balled over by Komosarek. Far side. Conroy is blocked. Monarchs do a good job keeping it alive. Send it over on the free ball. Here is Lott. Through the touch. Dug out in the dive by Schmidt. Conroy blocked again. Kept alive. Schmidt in the back will just free ball it over. Easy play, Lancers. Komosarek into the nets. Mitty wins the long rally. And the Monarchs are within 1. Kelsey Crawford and Heather Lowell will check in for Bazzini and Koskovitz. The serve is going to go too wide, out of bounds. 2 straight service errors for the Monarchs now. They had just 2 in the match prior to those last 2. That one was by Kelsey Crawford. So Lancers back in front by a deuce. Not a good pass, led Caldwell in the net. She still managed to get the one-handed set up for Lowell. Lancers play it, a block. Good job by Conroy and the Monarchs to get the block up on Stephanie Kellogg, who has blocked her share of balls tonight, as Haley Rowe checks in. Mitty within 1. Powers goes to Wes. Komosarek looked like that might have gone long, diving to get at Schmidt. Here's Powers behind the 3-meter line and good. Powers in double figures. The 6'2 sophomore's got 10 kills. And we are tied at 6. A lot of good young talent in this Mitty team. Bumped up, far side, the attack dug out on the knees by Schmidt. Here is Caldwell, a great attack that could not be handled by Casino. Caldwell's up to 7 kills. And Mitty, more importantly, he's got a lead. 7-6, but this serve goes too long. The 3rd service error of this game for Archbishop Mitty. We're tied at 7. Alfton in for Wes. Komosarek serves it. Far side Conroy. Good attack. Komosarek though the dig. Sent over by Formico. Sent back by Conroy. Good, Katie Conroy. Monarchs pull through with a 1-point lead again. Miloslavovich is back in. Chloe Lott in for St. Francis. If Mitty wins this 4th game, we go to a 5th. Conroy, good serve. Not a real good pass by Alfton. Alfton gets it back at that 3-meter line. Sends it over to Caldwell, who gets it back from Crawford. Caldwell's hit is barely dug out. Up off the rafters it goes. Comes back down. Lancers free ball it over. This time it is Lowell. Dug out by Komosarek. Now it's Alfton. Dug out by Crawford. Back row, Powers on the attack. Handled by Komosarek. Here's Kellogg. Up in the rafters it goes. It is kept alive. Mitty will send it over in the free ball. They got a fortuitous bounce up in the rafters there. Here is Alfton again, sending it too wide. A 9-7 advantage for Archbishop Mitty. Conroy sends it too long. Another service error.
Service error, point Lancers.
Lancers had just 2 service errors in the first 3 games, but they have 4 in this 4th game. That's accounted for half of the Lancer points. So Mitty's got 6, and now St. Francis also has 6. And here's the attack that is good in front of the back line for Koskovitz. Dana Bazzini back in. Miloslavovich also back in.
Koskovitz back in. Danny Bazzini back in and serving.
I said Miloslavovich, but Koskovitz is in with Miloslavovich up front. Bazzini will serve. Casino, not a good pass. Komosarek, about 20 feet behind the net, sends it over to Powers. Now it is Koskovitz sending it through. Koskovitz has got 6 kills, and the Monarchs are up 3. Bazzini sends it too long. Another service error. That's 5 service errors for Mitty in this 4th game. Monarchs still in front despite that. Schmidt, Caldwell, near side. The attack by Miloslavovich is dug out. So here's Chloe Lott's opportunity. She is blocked. Komosarek, Schmidt, quick snap over by Caldwell. Barely kept alive by the Lancers, but they can't send it over as they struggle to keep it in near their bench. Well placed by Alex Caldwell. She will serve. 12-9 Monarchs. Goes to Casino. Here's Alfton on the attack through the touch. Great diving dig, Schmidt. Far side, Koskovich sends it too long. Side out, St. Francis. Alfton will serve with the Monarchs up a couple. Very good match here on BayPreps.com. Here is the Alfton serve. Tries to serve it short. Sent over on one hit by Mitty. Sent right back. And good in front of the back line by Emily Rose. So Alfton will serve again with Mitty up by a point. Tries to serve it short, but she sends it into the net. Side out Archbishop Mitty. Cassie West in for Alfton. Katie Conroy in for Milosavljevic. And Schmidt will serve. Casino, good pass, Formico. The dink at the middle by Rose. Kept alive, Mitty. Sending it down, and good is Claire Powers. She's got a Mitty high 11 kills. The Monarchs are now up 3. Schmidt, good serve, bad pass. Lancers keep it alive, send it over on the free ball. Caldwell sets up for Conroy, blocked. Back to Conroy again. Formico there to get it. Somebody's got to bump it up. It's Casino. Chloe Lott, the dink. Diving to get it was Koskovich. Off balance, Bazzini. Sends it to Lott. Here's Komosaric into the net. The Monarchs have opened up a 4-point lead. Liahi Hall, Leon, the head coach for St. Francis, contemplating the timeout. She calls the timeout. You're watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com. St. Francis leads Mitty 2-1. The Monarchs, though, are up in the 4th, as you can see on your screen, 15-11. And serving is Anne-Marie Schmidt. And Schmidt sends it over to Komosaric. Far side, Chloe Lott. Good. Side out, St. Francis. Chloe Lott stepping up after not playing early on in this match. Stephanie Kellogg is in for Apasachea. Casino does the serving for St. Francis. Defending state champion Lancers. Bazzini at the middle, the dink by Powers. Kept alive Lancers. They go to Komosaric. She is blocked. Komosaric again over the block. Finds Caldwell, who gets it back, and then will just slide it into the back row. Ran down there by Cassie West. Komosaric through the block, and good. Veronica Komosaric and the Lancers are now within a couple. St. Francis, 2 straight points out of the timeout. Casino. Schmidt in the back. Good pass, Caldwell. Here is Katie Conroy. Dug out on the knees in the back row by Casino. Here's Bazzini running it down for Mitty. Now it's Powers. Dug out Formico. Komosaric. Dink over. Bazzini there to get it again. Conroy on the attack again. Casino the great dig. Another good long rally. Komosaric through the touch. Schmidt runs it down. Conroy far side. Casino gets it. Dink by Komosaric, played by Conroy. At the middle, Powers dink is good. We've seen a lot of great rallies tonight, and Mitty gets the better of this one. Back in for St. Francis, Sydney Belcher. She has not played yet in this fourth game. We saw her in the third game for the first time. Kelsey Crawford in for Mitty. Heather Lowell also in. The Monarchs up 3. Belcher makes the pass. Chloe Lott gets it. Great attack by Lott. One of the hardest attacks we've seen tonight. The 5'8 junior pulls St. Francis to within 2. She will serve. Set done in the middle and the block. Great block up front once again by Stephanie Kellogg. She pulls the Lancers within 1. Kellogg's been a part of 6 blocks tonight. Not a good pass by Schmidt. Kept alive. Far side Conroy. Bumped up. Near side Belcher through the touch and good. Sydney Belcher's got her second kill in limited action. And now we see a tie. St. Francis coming back from a 4-point hole has pulled even at 16. We're in the fourth game. The Lancers trying to win this one in 4. Tomorrow night we'll be in Pleasanton. Foothill against California. 2 teams tied atop the East Bay Athletic League. And we're looking forward to that match between the Falcons and the Grizzlies. And that could be one that could be just as entertaining as this one. East Bay Athletic League, great competition there. Everybody beating each other in that league, unlike this one where you have the one team at the top and presentation is yet to lose. A lot of teams have knocked off each other in that East Bay Athletic League, but that match tomorrow night at Foothill could very well be for the conference title, and we're looking forward to it again. Foothill, California. Approximate starting time is 6:30. Of course, you never know with volleyball action. All depends on the festivities that go on beforehand. Like tonight, we had senior night, but also, of course, depends on the length of the C game and JV matches. 16-16 our score here. We're in the fourth game. St. Francis up 2 games to 1.
Chloe Lott's on serve for the Lancers, 16 up.
Chloe Lott does the serving. 4 unanswered points for St. Francis. Let's see how the Monarchs do out of the timeout. They get the good pass from Crawford. Caldwell finds Powers. Dig is made. It goes off the net. St. Francis, though, can't send it over. Side out Mitty, and Powers will go back to serve. Sophomores had a good night. 13 kills for Powers. Tries to serve it short. Sent over on 2 hits. Ran down Crawford. Here's Katie Conroy. Good in front of the back line in that back corner. Another well-placed shot for Conroy, who is also in double figures along with Powers and kills. Conroy's got 11. Mitty up by 2. Lancers get to Belcher. Dug out Schmidt. Great dig. Finds Crawford. Now Caldwell. Dug out in the back by West. Great dig there. Belcher. Dug out by Powers, sent back by St. Francis, and good for Stephanie Kellogg. Lancers from the side out, back within 1. Christine Alfton is in.
Sydney Belcher serve.
As West goes out. The Sydney Belcher serve. To Schmidt. At the middle, the dink made, ran down by Casino. Near side, it is Alfton sending it through. Alfton up to a dozen kills. That leads all St. Francis players. More importantly, she pulls her team even as Komosarek checks in for Belcher, who just got that service point. Who wins these final 7 points? Schmidt. Set far side, off balance, able to send it over is Conroy. Hitting it through the touch, Kellogg. Conroy gets it back for Mitty. Good. Monarchs retake the lead. The serve from, coming in is Miloslavovich, and the serve from Conroy. Alfton, good pass, Formico. Here's Kellogg through the touch. Kept alive Caldwell, sent right back by Alfton. Bumped up at the middle for Miloslavovich. Lott, the good dig, sent over Formico, sent right back by Miloslavovich again. Here's Alfton, kept alive in the back by Crawford. High in the air it goes, sent over on a free ball. Formico, back to Alfton. Dugout somehow. Caldwell, Miloslavovich sends it wide. Another great long rally, one of the many we've seen tonight, and it goes to St. Francis, who pulls even at 19. Alyssa Apicachea is in for St. Francis. Alexa Dreyer back in for Mitty. Serve it short to Schmidt. Caldwell, 2 wrong, and St. Francis is in the lead. 20-19 Lancers. They're up 2 games to 1. Trying to beat Mitty for the second time this season. Apicachea. Near side. The attack good for Heather Roll. Just her second kill tonight. Pizzini is in her place. Koskovitz is also in for Crawford. Dana Pizzini with the score tied at 20. The left-hander serves for Mitty. It goes to Komosarek. Formico at the middle. The attack by Emily Rose kept alive. The Monarchs will slide it over. Easy play, Casino. Here's Alfton sending it too wide, and Mitty is back in front. How will we handle the ups and downs? Can we follow our game plan? Those were the words today from Coach Almazan Cesar when we spoke with him on BayPreps.com. It's a serve by Pizzini. Goes to Casino. Alfton is blocked, and the block somehow stayed in bounds. Everybody goes silent as that went off the block, just waiting to see if that would stay in. And the block by Dreyer did stay in, and that is a huge point for the Monarchs, who are up 2, 22-20, as they're 3 points away from sending this to a 5th set. Lancers defeated the Monarchs when they played last season. They defeated them in their only match this year. Mitty hasn't defeated St. Francis since the 2009 season, when it was Mitty that was the CCS and CIF state champions. The Monarchs ended that season as the #1 team in the country as well. It's a team that's used to winning titles. They, in fact, won 7 straight CCS titles before last season. Both these teams know they have a challenge in front of them when they go up against presentation. I'm sure at least one of these teams is going to play the Panthers again in the postseason. 22-20. Mitty leads in the 4th game. Pat O'Rourke with you here on BayPreps.com. Pizzini does the serving. Sent to the Komosarek. Bumped up. Near side. Alfton is blocked. Caldwell and Dreyer combining on the stuff. The Monarchs are up 3. 4 unanswered points for Mitty. Down 1 to up 3 as Pizzini serves to Casino. Not a good pass. Formico bumps it up. Alfton at that 3-meter line sends to Schmidt. Now it is Koskovitz, and St. Francis cannot keep it alive. It goes as a lift. Quadruple game point for Mitty. 5 straight points for the Monarchs. 1 point away from sending this to a 5th. Pizzini to Casino. Good pass, Formico. Here is Alfton. The dink works, and St. Francis fights off a game point. A baker's dozen in the kill department for Christine Alfton. Taylor Formico, and the Lancers still trying to fight off game point. Bowers, Caldwell. The attack is good by Natasha Koskovitz, one of the hardest hit balls of the night. Mitty wins game 4, 25-21. We're going to a 5th. Keep it right here. You're watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com.
Don't forget the Monarchs will be hosting one of the 3 opening round volleyball matches in the West Catholic playoff tournament Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Your Monarchs against an opponent to be determined Tuesday night. More volleyball action here at Archbishop Mitty. Opening round of the WCAL playoffs this Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Put that in your iPhone or BlackBerry and be here.
Pat O'Rourke with you here on BayPreps.com. We were hoping for a great match between these 2 outstanding volleyball programs, and we have received just that as we go to a 5th game, Mitty and St. Francis. The Lancers took the opening game 25-16. Monarchs took the second 25-17. St. Francis took the third 25-21. Mitty took the fourth 25-21. And now we go to the 5th. On the floor up front for Archbishop Mitty, you got Alex Caldwell, Natasha Koskovitz, and Katerina Miloslavovich. For the Monarchs in the back, Dana Bazzini and Claire Powers. Anne-Marie Schmidt's going to check in for Katie Conroy. For St. Francis, you have Emily Rose, Taylor Formico, Christine Alfton, Chloe Lott, Veronica Komosaric, and Stephanie Kellogg. And Alia Casino is the libero for the Lancers. She's in the white. She will check in for Kellogg. Go into a 5th game. St. Francis 1-3 when these teams played earlier this year, but Coach Almazan Cesar saying we didn't show up as a team or as a group in that match. They have done so tonight. And now let's see who's the first of 15. Dana Bazzini is the left-handed server. And her serve goes to Casino. Formico sets it up for Alfton, who was blocked. The block went off her head, but it's still alive for St. Francis. They'll send it over on a free ball. At the middle, the block is applied. Emily Rose, a great block on Miloslavovich. The 3rd block of the night for Rose. And for Mitty, Alexa Dreyer is going to check in for Miloslavovich. And the serve by Formico with the Lancers up 1 to start the 5th. Quick tap over Caldwell. Diving to get it. Nicely done. Komosaric. Here's Chloe Lott's dink. That is good. Lott's got 8 kills. Lancers with the quick advantage in this 5th set. You can't afford to fall too far behind when you only go to 15. So the Monarchs very much needing a side out here. Here is Koskovitz. 9 kills for the freshman. Monarchs get that side out. They're within 1. Alex Caldwell, who will be attending the University of Penn next fall. Sent to the Casino. Bumped up for Alfton behind that 3-meter line. She sends it just a bit long. And we are even at 2. Caldwell again. Bumped up. Here is Alfton sending it 2 on. She was in front, I think, of that 3-meter line anyway. It would have been a back row attack Either way, the Monarchs have scored 3 unanswered points, and they're in front. And the serve goes into the net from Caldwell, the 8th service error for the Monarchs. They had just 2 after 3 games and have committed 6 since over the 4th and 5th games. Obviously 5 of them were in that 4th game. We're tied at 3 as Alfton serves, and she serves it into the net. Sometimes it's a sign of fatigue as Cassie West checks in. Alfton gets a breather. Monarchs back in front by a point. Anne-Marie Schmidt is the server. Not a good pass by Cassie West, and nobody's going to be able to keep it alive. The Monarchs are now up 2. Now it's the Lancers who need the side out. Schmidt. Set goes to the far side. It's Chloe Lott. She is blocked. It is kept alive, St. Francis. A slide over by West. Monarchs in control. The dink by Powers is good. 14 kills, a match high for Powers. A 3-point Monarch lead. Timeout by the St. Francis bench. It is 6-3 in favor of Mitty in this decisive 5th game. 2 outstanding programs having very good seasons. Mitty 21-7, St. Francis 23-4 in the year. Over the last 21 seasons, at least one of these teams has won a CCS championship. Last year it was the Lancers who won the CCS and the CIF state title. Mitty had won 7 titles in a row. There's been some seasons where these teams, these programs have both won a title in the same year. For example, the last time was in 03 when Mitty was the Division II CCS champion and St. Francis Division III champion. It also happened in 01 and in 2000. Overall, Mitty's won 17 CCS titles. St. Francis won 16. Dating back to 1975. That's dominance from these 2 volleyball programs. And we're seeing an outstanding match from these rivals tonight. Send it over into the back. We'll find Casino. Here is Chloe Lott sending it good through the touch. Chloe Lott. She's nearing double figures, up to 9 kills. Back in Stephanie Kellogg, who's played well up front for St. Francis. Lancers are within 2. Alia Casino. Conroy the pass. It led Caldwell in the net. She got the setup anyway, and the hit's off the top of the net and good for Conroy. Heather Roll back in along with Kelsey Crawford. Crawford will serve. Mitty's up 3. Again, St. Francis needing that side out. And the serve goes long. They get it the easy way. Those service errors hurting Mitty these last couple of games. It's amazing they won that 4th one, 25-21 with 5 service errors. Not a good pass by Crawford. That's a St. Francis point. The Lancers are within 1.
Point St. Francis.
Chloe Locke gets credit for the ace, and now we've got a Mitty timeout from Coach Almazan Cesar. 7-6 Monarchs lead. We're in the 5th game. Again, a reminder, tomorrow night we will have the California Foothill match from Foothill High School. And you can watch it right here on baypreps.com at approximately 6:30. In a match between 2 teams who are tied for first place in the East Bay Athletic League. Both teams with 8-2 conference records. So again, Cal and Foothill tomorrow night. And we're working on Friday night's football broadcast, but it looks like we could be doing the Sarah Bellarmine game on Friday night. That's the best game in the Bay Area. 2 teams who could be competing for the WCAL title that night. 7-6 our score here. We're in the 5th. Mitty won the 2nd and 4th games. Obviously it means St. Francis won the 1st and 3rd games. St. Francis looking to pull even with Chloe Lott serving. Tries to serve it short. Schmidt had to go down and get it. Here's Katie Conroy. In! Down the line! Side out Mitty. 8-6. St. Francis is going to make a substitution here. Haley Rowe checks in for Lott. Again, it's the first of 15. Claire Powers serves it to West. Sent over by Formico. Well placed by the senior setter. 6 kills tonight for the UC Santa Barbara bound player. Christine Alfton is in. St. Francis within a point again at 8-7. Komosarek to Powers. Not a good pass. It ran down Crawford. Here is Conroy. Komosarek, the good dig. Christine Alfton through the touch. Kept alive Crawford. Quick tap over by Caldwell is good. Mitty back in front by 2. Alexa Dreyer back into play in the front. Katie Conroy staying in to serve here. The senior leader sends it to Alfton. Good pass, Formico. Get it back to Alfton. Good. No chance for Caldwell. On the sophomore's 14th kill. That's Christine Alfton. Alyssa Apasashea will go back to serve. St. Francis down a point once again as these teams have traded side outs. Going back to make the pass was Lowell. Here is Alex Caldwell. She's blocked. Kept alive Crawford. Schmidt, the libero, sends it over Apasashea. Now it is Alfton. Tries to dink it over. Diving to get it Crawford. Powers behind that 3-meter line. To Rowe in the back. Alfton one more time sends it too wide. Mitty back in front by 2. Casino in for St. Francis. Koskovitz in for Mitty, as well as Bazzini. Bazzini does the serving with the Monarchs up 2. Timeout by the Lancer bench. Final timeout for St. Francis with the score 10-8 in favor of Archbishop Mitty. Pat O'Rourke with you for another high school volleyball presentation on baypreps.com. One of the many we've done this season. This is a new website where we started just a couple of months ago doing live broadcasts. We're also doing previews of football games with previews of some select volleyball matches as well. And we do audio interviews throughout the course of the week with coaches throughout the Bay Area. Try to cover all our bases in all the sports. We cover 10 leagues in the Bay Area. That's baypreps.com. 10-8, the score in favor of Archbishop Mitty. We're in the 5th game. Bazzini serves to Komosarek. Get up to Formico. Here is Alfton through the touch. Kept alive there by Kosovitz. She gets it back. Her heart attack handled by Komosarek. Alfton again tries a dink that is somehow dug out, sent back by Alfton again. Kosovitz there. She wants it back. Left side. That hard hit. Barely kept alive. Ran down Komosarek. Sent over on a free ball. The long rally continues. At the middle, it is Dreyer. Dug out St. Francis. Alfton sends it over and 2 hits the call on Emily Rose, who could not make that set for St. Francis. The Mitty bench was calling for it. 11-8, the Monarchs are up 3. Now you really need a side out if you're St. Francis. Not a good pass by Komosarek. Kept alive back there. Often a free ball over. Monarchs looking for that 4-point advantage. Caldwell, nicely done by Rowe to keep it alive for St. Francis. Alfton is blocked. Alfton again. Over the block. And good side out. 15 kills tonight. Chloe Lott back in for Haley Rowe. Lancers down 2. We're in the 5th game. Let's try to serve it short to Schmidt. Far side, the attack is too long by Kosovitz. So St. Francis back within a point, and now Almazan Cesar wants a timeout. Mitty leads St. Francis 11-10 in the fifth set. St. Francis won the opening set 25-16. Mitty took the second 25-17. Lancers claimed the third 25-21. Mitty won the fourth 25-21. And now in the fifth, the Monarchs are up 1. They were up 3. The Lancers have scored 2 unanswered points. Out of the Mitty timeout, Formico serves to Powers. At the middle, the attack by Dreyer puts Mitty back in front by 2. Coach Almazan Cesar showing the most emotion we've seen from him tonight. Caldwell will serve for the Monarchs. Not a good pass. That is an ace. A 3-point advantage for Mitty once again. A must side out for St. Francis, down 3. Casino, not a good pass. Has to be bumped up by Formico. Here is Chloe Lott to Caldwell. Far side, the attack through for Kosovitz. One of 3 Mitty players in double figures in kills tonight. It is quadruple match point for the Monarchs. 14-10 they lead. Leahi Hall-Leon, the head coach for St. Francis, giving instructions to her team with their backs against the wall. Bad pass, sent back by Kosovitz, and Mitty wins in 5. And the celebration ensues for the Monarchs. Mitty wins in 5, 16-25, 25-17, 21-25, 25-21, and 15-10. The Monarchs knock off St. Francis tonight, giving the Lancers just their 5th loss of the season. A great match, and we aren't done with the broadcast yet. We're going to try to get an interview with a player or two from the Archbishop Mitty side. So we'll take a break on the audio side. You're watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com.
Fans, thanks for coming and your support of the Monarchs. Last year was an all-school. Congratulations once again to our 2020 series. Again, thanks for joining us this evening. Please drive home safely.
I'm going to have them come up here so you can just kind of, I don't know, if zoom back or... Pat O'Rourke back with you here on BayPreps.com. We're going to bring you an interview of a couple of Mitty players as Archbishop Mitty wins in 5 tonight over St. Francis. A fantastic volleyball match, and we're looking forward to interview a couple players here. And we'll bring those to you here in a moment. Mitty winning in 5, 16-25, 25-17, 21-25, 25-21, and 15-10. And we're joined by a couple players. First, we'll talk to Alex Caldwell, senior, unofficially 14 kills tonight, and come on in here just a little bit. But congratulations on the win. What were you guys talking about in terms of your focus to beating St. Francis going into this match?
I think the main thing was just staying relaxed and focused and not getting too overly excited, because many times we get too overly hyped up and then just bad things happen. So we just did a really good job maintaining balance throughout the entire game.
Is that the main difference why you guys were able to beat him this time around after losing to him earlier this season?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think our main word for this game was just to stay relaxed, so that helped us a lot.
Of course, you guys need to be a team that keeps improving throughout the course of the season to win at the end. This program knows that in terms of what it takes to win at the end. Do you feel you guys have done that this year?
I think so. We've worked so hard every day. We just keep getting better and improving. So I think this is finally, it's just overjoyed with excitement. So.
Well, congratulations on the win. Finally, you guys are, of course, going to need to play well in the postseason to pick up a W. Is there anything else you can look at that you guys need to work on heading into the postseason?
I think we can get a lot more aggressive and just working on just different offenses, so mainly that's the thing.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, Alex. And now we bring in Natasha Kosovitz, and congratulations on the win. Coming into your freshman season, did you expect matches just like this?
No, I did not. I wasn't even expecting to play, but then I got to play, so I'm just so happy that I did so well in this game.
Yeah, you really stepped it up there. Anything in terms of you were telling yourself in terms of approaching coming in to play a good match?
I just tell myself to move on when I make a mistake. Just don't care about it, because usually I just punish myself when I do something wrong. So this game is just stay relaxed, like she said. And our team word today was play with passion. So we just played with passion and put all we had out there.
How do you rank this win amongst the ones you guys have had this year? Is this your best win that you guys have had this season?
Best, by far, yeah.
Well, what do you think in terms of, again, I'll ask you the same question. What are the things you guys need to work on heading into the postseason?
We just have to work on, still playing as a team when we get into tough situations, because sometimes we start, losing ourselves in, these hard, situations. But if we just stay together and just play aggressively, like she said, we'll get there, and we'll do it.
All right. Congratulations on the win, you guys, and good luck in the postseason. Congratulations to Alex Caldwell and also to Natasha Kosovitz as Mitty wins in 5 tonight. The Monarchs come out on top 16-25, 25-17, 21-25, 25-21, and 15-10, leading the way for the Monarchs in the kill department. 14 apiece unofficially for Katie Conroy and Claire Powers. Natasha Kosovitz, who we just spoke with, had 10 kills of her own, and Alex Caldwell finished with 9. From the service line, Anne-Marie Schmidt had 11 service points. As for St. Francis, playing without Taylor Deaton, who tore ACL last week, Christine Alfton had 15 kills to lead the Lancer attack. Chloe Lott finished with 9. Also 6 blocks tonight. A part of 6 blocks was Stephanie Kellogg, and 8 points from the service line from Taylor Formico, and 11 from Veronica Komosarek. Join us tomorrow night for another excellent matchup as we see the 2 top teams in the East Bay Athletic League, California, play Foothill right here on BayPreps.com starting at approximately 6:30. Thanks to everyone for helping me out tonight. Also, thanks to Pedro Garcia for the great film work tonight. Also, thanks to Jerry being our producer and engineer for tonight's broadcast, and Amanda Stevens as well. I'm Pat O'Rourke signing off from Archbishop Mitty High School. The Monarchs win in 5 against St. Francis. You've been watching high school volleyball action on BayPreps.com. Awesome.